Quantitative research. Quantitative research is a systematic investigation that uses numerical data and objective measurements to understand patterns, relationships, and trends with a population. It employs structured methods such as surveys, experiments, and statistical analysis to gather insights and rigorously test predefined hypotheses. The process is deductive, starting with a hypothesis and using collected data to confirm or refute its validity. The approach relies heavily on quantifiable measures like numbers and percentages to analyze findings and draw conclusions applicable to a broader population.
Customer satisfaction survey. Measuring customer feedback on a new product using a rating scale. Drug effectiveness experiment. Comparing outcomes between a treatment group, new drug, and a control group. Sales data analysis. Examining the impact of advertising and economic conditions on consumer behavior using statistics.
Numbers. Foundation of measurement. Numbers are the core of quantitative research. They allow researchers to quantify observations, making them measurable and comparable. What? Survey. Survey might respondents rate their satisfaction. A scale of 1 to 5 numbers assigned to each response. Levels provide a numerical representation of their feelings. Another example is experiments. In trial, researchers measure blood pressure levels, side effects, and frequencies. And the other facilities, numerical data that can to assess the effectiveness.
So the next one is scales. Scales provide a structured way to measure and categorize the data. They also help the researchers organize information into meaningful categories or rank items based on specific criteria. There are types of scales: denominal scales and ordinal scales. Nominal scales used to categorize data into distinct groups without any inherent order. For example, classifying respondents by their gender, which is female or male, while the ordinal scales ranks in order, but the differences between their ranks may not be equal. For example, a survey asking respondents to rank their satisfaction with a product from a very satisfied to very dissatisfied.
Graphs are the powerful tools for representing and interpreting qualitative data. They also allow researchers to visually present the trends, patterns, and relationships in a way that easily understood. There are also common graph types like bar graph, line graph, pie chart, and histograms. So let's begin the bar graph. So the bar graph is used to compare different categories or groups. The height of each bar represents the value of the data point. So the line graph show trends over time or across a range of value. The lines connect data points indicate how the variable change. Pie chart represents proportion or percentage of a whole. Each slice of the pie represents different categories with the size of the slice reflecting the proportion. Histograms. Histogram display contribution of continuous variables. The bars represent interval of data, and the height of each bar indicate the frequency of observation within that interval.
Expressing proportion percentages are a common way to express proportions, or part of a whole. They are particularly used for comparing the data across different groups or time periods. Calculating percentages are calculated by dividing the part of the whole and multiplying by hundreds. For example, if 20 out of 100 people survey prefer a certain brand, then the percentages of people who prefer the brand is 20 out of 100. 100 equals 20%.
Quantitative respondents are those individuals who complete a survey or interview for the researcher, or who provide data to be analyzed for the research study. Researchers choose respondents based on specific criteria relevant to the research question. For example, if studying consumer reaction to a new product, They might select participants who are likely to use the product or have relevant experience. Quantitative researchers aim to gather a range of viewpoints to get comprehensive understanding of the topic. This might involve interviewing people with different backgrounds, experience, or opinions.
What is a close-ended question? A set of questions that gives people a set of fixed answers to choose from, like yes or no, or multiple choice questions. Like for example, do computers affect learning? They are also used to collect numbers or statistics, making it easier to analyze the data.
Limited use. Close-ended questions, which offer a limited set of predefined answers, are generally not primary focus to qualitative research. They can be used sparingly to gather basic information or to guide the conversation, but they don't allow for the rich, nuanced responses that qualitative research seeks.
Open-ended dominance. Qualitative research drives on open-ended questions that encourage respondents to express themselves freely and provide detailed answers in their own words.
So here are some examples of close-ended questions used in quantitative research grouped by question type. Number 1. Multiple choice. Example, what is your highest level of education? So the choices is 5 only, which is A. High school diploma, B. Associate degree, C. Bachelor's degree, D. Master's degree, or A. Doctoral degree. Number 2. Dichotomous or yes or no. Examples. Have you ever purchased a product online? Yes or no. Number 3. Rating scale or Likert scale. Example number 3. How satisfied are you with our customized service? Number 1. Extremely satisfied. 2. Dissatisfied. 3. Neutral. 4. Satisfied. Or 5. Extremely satisfied. So we proceed number 4. Ranking. Example. Rank the following features in order of importance to you when you're choosing a smartphone. 1 being most important, 5 being least important. A. Camera quality, B. Battery life, or C. Prices. Number 5. Fill in the blank or numerical. Example. What is your current age? So what is your age, current age? Remember, when crafting close-ended question, ensure that answer options are exhaustive. They cover all possible responses. Or options are mutually exclusive. Respondents can only choose one option. The question is clear and concise. Avoid ambiguity and jargon. Options are logically ordered. This help ensure consistency and clarity and responses. Survey skills in a qualitative research, not a focus. Survey skills, which are designed to measure attitudes, opinion, or behaviors on a numerical scale, are not typically in use. A qualitative research. Qualitative research aims to understand the underlying reasons and context behind these measurements, not just a numerical values themselves.